time for Lykken on Lending.
Welcome, everybody. Good to have you with us.
Welcome to Lykken on Lending, a weekly mortgage market update providing up-to-the-minute information on interest rates, loan programs, and hot industry news, all related to the mortgage industry. Brought to you by Transformational Mortgage Solutions. To participate in today's program, our guest call-in line is 646-716-4972. Now here's your host of Lykken on Lending, David Lykken.
Let's begin.
Listeners, I'm excited about this podcast because many of us struggle in telling our story. Do we tell it well? How do we tell it? Well, we have an expert on this, and it does through video, and it's Neco Turkienicz. Okay, I'm blowing your last name again. So, all right, so I have Neco here with us, and Neco, your last name is a little bit of a challenge for me, so I'll let you pronounce it for our listeners.
Turkienicz, Neco Turkienicz.
Yeah, there you go. And what nationality is that?
Well, I am, by origin, I am Brazilian. I was born in Brazil. But my father was from Poland. My father was a Jew from Poland. And so Turkienicz is a Polish name.
Okay.
Every time you see a CZ at the end of a name, you can tell it's Polish.
Okay,
yes.
Very good. Well, I'm 100% Norwegian and live in America, so we've lost some of those dinners. But it's great to have you, Neco, on the podcast. Also joining me, listeners, we got Mark Helm. Mark, good to have you be here with me as well.
Glad to be here, David. And Neco, I'm glad to be on the call with you today, sir.
One of the things that you do so well, Neco, is you've helped me get my story told to our clients. It's the testimonials. And I think one of the most powerful things we can get when working or getting someone to consider working with us is the testimonials. And that's the thing that I am excited about sharing with our listeners. So, but before we go there, you already kind of gave us a little bit of an idea of your background, but let's learn a little bit more about yourself and what brought you to where you're at today. Your background real quick.
All right. So, as I mentioned before, I was born in Brazil, and originally I studied journalism, but I was always drawn to the visual stuff, photography and stuff. So I started being interested in video very early, back in the 80s. Before that, yes. Well, I'm that old, but I moved to Israel very early, got married early in 21, and we moved to Israel. And I made a decision after studying journalism for a few years that I wanted to be a farmer. And so I in a kibbutz, which is a collective kind of farm in Israel, and then worked there for 10 years. I worked in agriculture, but after 10 years, the itching came back, and I had to go back to the visual arts. So I went to study film and television in the Tel Aviv University. So I went to university late in life, you could say, like at 28. And well, yeah, later than like 21 or 18, I would say. Yeah. And I was very lucky that exactly when I finished my years of study in the Tel Aviv University, cable television just started in Israel. And me and all my colleagues, we got hired quite immediately in the new television channels that were appearing. And I worked, and I started working in sports television in beginning as an editor, and then as a editor and director, and that's what I did for 14 years. And then I came to so I became a director, video director, doing all kinds of different programs, and ended up coming to the US 19 years ago, invited by a friend of mine who had an animation company. He invited me to be a creative director in his company. And that's how I came to this country. To make a long story short, today I have my own company, and which is Leib Productions, and we are dedicated to creating video content for businesses.
That is, and I've experienced it firsthand. I love what you do and the work, and I'm excited to share this again with our listeners. So why is creating and putting good and effective video content an absolute must for business today, Neco?
Well, I would say we're surrounded by video now. Yeah, it's like video is everywhere, and the reason for that is video is much more engaging. Video is engaging. Like we all know, and when you work with marketing, you know that people don't make decisions, even buying decisions, I would say, using their logic. It's really based on emotions. Most of our decisions are based on emotion, and when you want to appeal to people's emotion, video works much better. Like it goes directly to your emotion. So if you want to influence people, have people hear your story, you want to appeal to their emotions, and the fact is that using video, seeing a real person there, or a real story, that's why many times movies, they touch us more than a book telling the same story.
Yeah, it's amazing, the power of video. Mark?
Yep.
Echo, I've always believed, and I think you do too, that it's very important for people in business to put their best foot forward. So what type of videos do you recommend, based on you being a pioneer in this industry, do you recommend businesses should have out there representing their company?
Oh, the list is long, but I'll make it a little bit shorter. But I would say probably the first type of video a business would want to have is what we call a brand video, a branding video, something that when people come to your website, that's the first thing they see. Reason for that is, first of all, if you have a video on your website, people will stay more time, and that's what you want. But the main reason would be, again, having a video that tells the story of a company, what you do, and not only what you do, but how you help your clients. That's the reason for you existing, not what you do, but how you help your client. You can do that in a short video, and people will learn and understand how you help your clients faster than reading a ton of text. So that's why I think it's very important to have any kind of video. Yeah.
Is it also true that once you see a video, you're more inclined to want to go back and read the text? You don't start by reading the text. The first thing is you want to collect emotionally and visually to something. At least most people are wired this way. I'm sure there's some people that prefer text. I'm thinking my wife, for example, she's a text reader. She goes there first, watches the video second. But I think the general population is to do that, which goes into a question of the different ways on which videos can be used to help a business. It's not just one way. Talk about the various ways and the different ways.
Okay, no, of course. So yeah, video will make people curious, and they will want to learn more, and that's why they would go on and read and go to the written parts of your website. Now, the different ways that video can help. Video can help in many different ways. One of them would be brand awareness. Okay. So if you're posting content out there, and I'm not talking about salesy content, I'm talking about content like that, you're giving away content, but you're showing your expertise, you're showing that you know what you're doing and you know how to help. That creates brand awareness, that creates that establishes your professional authority. And that will eventually bring sales, because people will see you as an expert. So that's the kind of so that's one way. Other way is, of course, sales. Like people use videos to sell as ads, marketing, training, onboarding clients using video, training employees using video. You can use video in so many ways that will also help you get more business, also help your business function in a more efficient way.
I want to ask a follow-up question, if I could, to that.
Sure.
So do you believe that your videos that you do for clients provoke the watcher to want to know more and ask more questions and be more thorough in their review of the company they're looking at?
Yes, I do. Because there's so much you can say in a short video, but the best you can video works well when it arouses the curiosity of the person. Say, I understand that you as a company, you as a professional, you can help me. That I understand from the video. I want to know more. Once I trust, it establishes trust. And that's the first thing. Video helps establish trust. And we have the old saying, you do business with people you like and trust, know, like and trust. And a video helps people know you a little bit and start trusting. Once they trust you, they will want to know more. So that's a logical progression.
That's great. Thank you. What is remote video productions and how is it different from traditional video productions?
Well, remote video production is something I would say new in the world of video. A person like me that has been doing a video for over 30 years now, I classify it as traditional video production and remote video production. Traditional video production is the video production where you go with a video crew to a location and you film there with the lights, with the cameras, and that's all good, and that's people are still doing it. Remote video production is being able to create high quality video without the need for a video crew on location. And there are different ways to do that, but it's and I'm talking about high quality, meaning like technical quality of video, HD, 4K. Today we are able to film, for example, my company, what we do, we leverage people's phones to do that, because smartphones today, they have awesome cameras. They really have very good cameras. If provided that you frame it correctly, you have decent lighting, and you have a good microphone, because they have great cameras but not good microphones, and that's the truth, because microphones are too wide there, then you can, if you leverage that. So we use a platform that allows us to record locally in people's phones. This way we record people. Let's say we interview someone, when we send them a little tripod and a microphone for their phone, and we make sure that they're framed correctly, they're lit correctly, and we interview them, but it's as if they were recording themselves. And then we upload it to the cloud. The original footage could be 4K, and then we edit it. So this is remote production, and you can do other things. You can do B-roll, additional footage, and I've done that in the past. You can create branding videos using remote. So I will never say, that it looks as good exactly as if you had a professional videographer there. No. But it looks damn good. And for many things that you're doing, it's really for most things that businesses need for their videos, it's very good. And it reduces, it's less logistics and budget. Budget is a big, that's why we work a lot with small and mid-sized businesses, because many of them will not do video because of the price. But when you do remote video production, you can do high quality production for a lower budget, and that helps.
Well, you have done these for us, and for those that are going to be looking at our new website we're about to release, you'll be able to get a chance to see Neco's work and get a chance to. And I appreciate our clients that have come on and given client testimonials. Now, one of the things you have said to me is that client video testimonials are as good and sometimes even better than referrals. Why is that?
Because, well, what is a referral? Referral is a person that worked with you, knows you, that refers you to another person. Now, when someone tells me that their business is based on referrals, I always say, okay, that's great, but how many referrals do you have in a month? If you have a lot, you will have 2, 3, how many referrals do you have in a month? A person will give you one referral. And that's why I say that there's no, and on the other hand, you have research that shows us that people take seriously written reviews written by people that they don't know as much as they take referrals. That the numbers say
I think what you're really getting to is when something's on a website where you can hear a testimonial, they're coming to the site and seeing it, rather than waiting for someone to make a referral and push it out.
Exactly. Yeah. So, what I'm saying is, since people do take seriously and they do believe in reviews that coming from someone that they don't know, as opposed to someone that they know that would refer you. So I'm saying A video testimonial is stronger than a written one, and it's running 24/7 for you.
Yeah.
No human referral is giving you referrals 24/7, and that's why I say a good client video testimonial is a 24/7 giving referral.
Right, exactly right. Well, I think it's awesome. Mark, I'll get back to you.
You know, Iko, since you're a expert at this, and we don't get the chance to talk to many experts in the videographic area, what do you think the key elements are in producing a client video testimonial?
It's a great question. Well, I first of all, it's my philosophy as a professional that a good testimonial has to be interview based. That's number one. Has to be interview based. Why? Because why do you want a testimonial? You want a testimonial to so that a prospect hears the testimonial, understands how you help clients, and gets motivated to talk to you. That's why you want a testimonial. So the testimonial needs to answer the FAQ. That's what I say. The frequently asked questions that a prospect would ask when they are checking you out. If a testimonial does not do that, it's not an effective testimonial. So if I have if I ask someone to record themselves, first of all, you may have technical problems, won't look good, won't sound good. That's one thing. But the main thing, my main problem with that is the content. They will say, "Oh, I love Mark. Mark is so nice. Mark has a nice smile. It's what's so fun working with Mike." That's all good and dandy, as they say, but it doesn't help the prospect. I want to know how Mark helped me, how Mark helped, what were the results of working with Mark. So a testimonial has to have a structure and has to answer those questions. And the only way you can do that is by interviewing and asking the right questions. So because and why interviewing live? I would say because, of course, you may say, I can just send the questions to the person and they will answer. Yeah, they can. It may come out good. Yeah, it may. But when you are interviewing a person and they don't give you a deeper answer, and you can say, "No, can you clarify on that? Can you expand on that?" It's very important that it's done as a conversation, because one of the main things in a testimonial, they have to sound credible. They have to sound legit. And when a person is talking freely, answering questions, it's true. What they're saying is true. It's not rehearsed. It's not scripted. They're just answering questions, and people watching it, they feel it. They feel it's true, and they trust it. So I would say a perfect testimonial has a structure that I would summarize in a few words. Like for people listening, if you're looking to do a good testimonial, I would say first thing is to know, you will ask, what was the problem that prompted you to look for David's help? Why did you decide to work with David? How was the process of working with David? Was it difficult? Was it easy? What were the results of working with David? Did it make a difference to your business? And finally, how happy are you with the results? And finally, would you recommend David to other people you know, and why? So this is not a strict recipe, but this is a structure that we try to follow. Yeah. We try to follow, of course, and then you have details that will be different. But if you follow this structure, you can do a good testimonial, I would say.
Neco, how can client testimonials be used most effectively?
Well, client testimonials, usually the first thing people will do with that is just put them on their website. I would say, I always call this the obvious use of testimonials, and it's a good thing. Like I always say, you should have most businesses on their websites, they have a tab for testimonials. Many times it's written testimonials. So I always say, okay, the first thing you want to do with the testimonials is have video testimonials on your website. So when people come, those 24/7 referrals are working for you there. So that's the first thing. But the other thing is to use it on social media. Many of my clients do that. when you are you post testimonials on social media, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on your Facebook page, so that more people hear about you through your clients. But the best, I would say, not excluding the other ones, but the best way, I think, I always call video testimonials excellent sales tools, because they are sales tools. They are marketing tools, yes, but they are more than anything sales tools. So I would say that for my clients, the ones that are using testimonials the best are using them as sales tools. And what do I mean by that? Let's say you are in a sales conversation with a prospect, and the prospect is kind of on the fence, okay, not deciding, and you say, you know what, gonna send you a link to this testimonial, someone really similar to your case. And you know what, I have just 2 days ago, I was recording an interview with a client of mine, because I always interview my clients for them to give me testimonials. And he was telling me exactly, he's a consultant, and he got someone came to him and told him that they came to him because they watched one of the testimonials that we did for him, and decided to call him. And so of course I was very happy to hear that, but that's true, it does help. I have clients that include testimonials in every proposal they give. Like, they send a PDF with a proposal, and there's a link to testimonials. And another story that I will tell, that's the last one I'll tell you on that. I have, and I love that one, also using testimonials as a sales tool. I have another client that he does telephone systems for hospitality groups, and he was presenting for this big prospect. He really wanted to get this job, a big prospect, with PowerPoint presentation in a room, and then presenting. And then in the middle of the presentation, someone, a sales representative from that company, asked, "Could you tell us what do your clients say about your service?" And then he looked at them and said, "No, I can't tell you, but my clients can." And then he just showed one of the testimonials, and well, he closed the deal. I won't venture and say it's only because of the testimonial. Of course not, but it was a big help. It was a big help. Exactly.
Yeah, no, there's no question. Those are big helps. Let's talk a little bit about the process. We'll wrap this interview up by saying, so if someone comes to you, what is the process, Neco, for how you execute on this? First of all, you get engaged, get in a contract, they send you money. By the way, listeners, Neco is so affordable. His testimonials, the way he records them, are some of the most affordable I have found out there. And the reason I went to him, and I saw the quality of his work. So you've got a great product. I'm not going to quote your price on the air, because that might change by the time someone listens. Yes. But I encourage you to get a hold of Neco. Your pricing is very, very good. But talk a little bit about the process. So they engage you, they write you a check for your services, and then what happens then? You pretty much take it from there.
Yes, I do. So first of all, it is affordable, because you never want one testimonial. You want 2, 3, 4. You want different testimonials for different prospects. It's important. That's why now, the other thing, to get a video testimonial, you have to make it ridiculously easy for people. The other day, someone asked me, said, "Oh, it's so difficult for me to get Google reviews from my clients. How do you get video testimonial? It sounds so more difficult than Google review." And I say, no, it's easier than writing a Google review, because a Google review, you have to write it down, have to think about something, write down. You have to make it a no hassle. And so that's what we do. Let's say if you have a client you want us to interview, the only thing you need to do is call that client, have them agree to invest 30 minutes of their time, up to, many times it's less than 30 minutes, up to 30 minutes of their time being interviewed on video in something that looks like a Zoom chat. And fortunately, we are all used to that after the pandemic. Everybody's used to being on Zoom. Okay, so it's not a Zoom, but it looks like a Zoom chat. And so that's all they need to do. They don't need to write anything down. They don't need to record anything. They don't need to prepare anything. Just agree to that. If they agree to that, that's it. You introduce your client to us, and we do all the rest. We will contact the client. We'll send them an explanation. We'll schedule the interview with them. We will send them a kit, a little kit, like I said, that includes a little microphone, a little stand for the tripod for the phone, and a microphone for the phone. And again, to make it very easy, they do not need to return it. Again, that's our philosophy. Make it easy. And so because if you send people a kit and say, now you're going to have to print a label and go and send it, that's hassle. No hassle. It's yours. It's a gift. And also it's a nice gift.
Yeah.
So
for future
they schedule, all they need to do is download an app. They log into the session. We interview them for 10-15 minutes. They answer the questions. We upload it to the cloud. We take the footage. We edit it down to no more than 2 minutes. We bookcase it with graphics. We'll have your logo in the opening, the name of the client, lower third with the name of the and an end frame that has your info, has your contact information, and we send it back to you, and you start using the video.
Yeah, it's such an easy process. You do such a good job. You take all the work out of it, and I love what our clients talk about after they've worked with you. Said that was so much easier than I thought it would be. And so kudos to you on the systems and the process you've set up. Neco, you do a great job. I'm very pleased with the product. I encourage our listeners to get a hold of you, which is my next question. How can people reach you? What's the best way?
Well, first of all, people can go to our website. It's leibproductions.com, LEIB Productions, one word.com. And and from there they can contact us. Yes. That would be the best way.
And there's also good examples on your website. So check it out, folks. Go to www.leibproductions.com. You'll be glad you did, and encourage you to get to know Neco and get a call started. Get the conversation started. See what it can do for you, folks. It's made all the difference in my business. I cannot begin to tell you, most of the business we get come as a result of the video testimonials that are on our website and our LinkedIn page. It's amazing what it can do. Mark, thanks so much for joining in. Any last comments, Mark?
Well, I've been very impressed and very enlightened by this conversation. And Neco, I think you just signed up somebody new for business, because I think I want to utilize your company to do a soft launch on the book I'm finishing on leadership on social media. I think I could be very successful with that, and really enjoyed talking to you today. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, we'll put in a plug for Matt Harms too, because Matt Harms is the one that connected you and I, Neco, and he's the one that is writing my book, and I referred him to Mark Helm, and he is finishing up Mark's book. So we'll give a shout out.
Matt Harms is awesome. Best ghostwriter and book editor. I would recommend him from anyone wanting to write a book.
Yeah. Well, there's a good example. Here we are talking, and we started talking about you and all that, and Mark opened up the door for us to give a shout out to Matt Harms. If you want to get listeners, if you think about writing a book, or which is a great idea, great way to brand yourself, we'll introduce you to Matt. In fact, we probably need to record a video with Matt. I think we'll be doing that soon as well. Neco, thanks so much. Appreciate you being here. Congratulations.
Thank you so much for the privilege of being here, for the opportunity. I really enjoyed talking to you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here.
You've been listening to Lykken on Lending, a weekly mortgage market update with your host, David Lykken of Transformational Mortgage Solutions. Join us next week, and thanks for listening.